Hi guys, Piotr here. This is my pleasure to be with you again. Today we are going to discuss storage. We are going to try to explain what storage is. That's some kind of revisiting, as well as we are going to try to check the current price action with the predictions long and medium term. Fast, secure cloud storage at the fraction of the cost. So let's try to explain even more. One of the biggest developments in the computer technology over the last 10 years, over the last decade, it was the big growth in the cloud computing. The ability to store documents, ability to store files, and even computing power remotely has, it's like the big change, the way both people and computers work. That was the last decade is like the big boom when it comes to this computer cloud. It's enough to check when there is an earnings report for example, from Amazon or Microsoft, what the influence there is from the cloud storage. Of course, the difference is that here, what I'm going to say in a second, we are going about blockchain, we are going about the decentralization, we are going to check and say about no single point of failure, right? Well, the idea that things can be accessed away from a specific computer, in effect shared or at least made available for a little bit of the fee, means that the people can request information, files, upgrades in a way that is quick and convenient. Well, that's what I've mentioned. Cloud storage lately, when it comes to the blockchain companies, cloud storage been linked to the blockchain technology. And it's good to think about this idea. The network is secure, the network here is transparent and might well have echoes of the cloud. The idea that people can access information in a quick, secure and shared way is something that the two concepts have in common. Even more, that's what I mentioned. We are talking here about storage. The system created by American computer programmer Sean Wilkinson is basically a cloud storage network, only it utilizes the Ethereum blockchain as a basis, meaning rather than everything being based on one server, one centralized location where might be the point of failure, single point of failure. Here the files are split into 80 separate pieces, which are then stored among ever-growing network of nodes located across the world. So that's the thing of decentralization. No single point of failure, right? No outages. And as the white paper is saying, eliminating central control allows users to store and share data without reliance on a third-party storage provider. Decentralization mitigates the risk of data failures and outages while simultaneously increasing the security and privacy of object storage. It also allows market forces to optimize for less expensive storage at the greater rate than any single provider could afford, right? So now we know basically that it's a cloud storage based on the blockchain, decentralization, no single point of failure, no outages and failures of the providers. So that's what we have here. Okay, a few more information. The market cap currently is a 49 million, so below 50. The circulating supply is 1/3 of the total supply. Fully diluted validation, that's the combination of the total supply and the price, but still, as you can see, market cap below 50 as of now. Now, the most important thing, as we are going to switch to the chart, guys, please do your own research always, all right? Do your own homework. We've seen the prices of the storage in the history basically above $3. Right now we are trading around 34 after 10% rise within the next 24-48 hours. So even if we assume that the next bull market will eventually come and we are going to at least reach previous highs, so we are talking about the 10x here. But before it's going to happen, few more things over the course of this eventually changing the trend has to happen, and that's what we are going to talk about right now. So basically that's the weekly chart, and I have to place few lines. All right, and we start from here. So basically, that's the first swing high on the weekly chart. We have to take out, based on the weekly closes, to see more relief rally. We are talking about the price above 50 cents. The second one, it's 86.90 cents. That's the attack on this $1. If and when we are going to make all of that on a weekly close, right, that's gonna be already huge development. The next target in that case is going to be 150, but this, it's not going to happen overnight, guys, don't forget. But if we are going to close above this consolidation, because right now we are trying to make a little bit of the downside break, and if that's going to hold, lower levels may to come, all right? So watch out very carefully. That's why at least above 45.50 first weekly close, that's gonna be some kind of the relief for bulls. Otherwise, as I mentioned, the bears might be in full force. I would say in that case, if we are talking about the downside break from the consolidation we've seen a second ago, then 15 cents could be in place. Let's switch to the daily chart. Let's have a look what we have when it comes to the medium-term price possible action. The second day in a row we are trying to rise, but still that's what we already discussed. There is a little bit of the downside break. So what is needed here is a daily close, right, above this level. That will open above 35. That will open 50, 55, 60. All right. That might open then on the daily chart 70. And finally, what we discussed, 85, $1. That's the thing. But most important, we have to get the daily close a little bit lower than the weekly we discussed a second ago, but that's going to be the first step to move further higher. Okay, so that's quite important. In that case, if we why is so important to get back above this level? Well, because of what we've seen already here. From here, there was a big start. So in other words, if we wanna to explain from the daily chart perspective, all right, we are below. That's what we talked about on the weekly as well. But this type of the close, and we are opening the way, we might start to change the behavior. Instead of making lower lows, we might start slowly to make higher highs. Guys, with that being said, Again, do your own homework, do your own research. Wish you a great next trading session. See you around. Take care and goodbye.